unprecedented what's happening in the world around us today. And I think I just wanted to have a chat with you, get your thoughts on what is truly important at this period of time. I think for us, the single biggest priority is the safety of our associates. And I think as we go through this crisis and the stress at the back of that and the feelings of anxiety, I think self-care is probably even more important than it ever was. So what are your thoughts on what could our associates be doing to look after themselves during this unprecedented crisis?
Self-care practices like good sleep, meditation, mindfulness, also yoga with specific yoga postures, deep breathing, even a little bit of movement, but a relaxed movement, and healthy emotions like love, compassion, joy, equanimity, and a little contact with nature. If you're able to do that, we call these the pillars of well-being: deep rest, meditation, stress management, emotions and relationships, healthy food, maybe some panera bread, but anything that doesn't have inflammatory products in it, which messes up the microbiome, and emotional support for all of us together. So self-care is crucial for mitigating both our biological suffering, physical suffering, but also everything associated with that, which is happening in the ecosystem of human existence. Self-care, but also self-awareness, self-observation, ultimately self-realization is the only cure. If you're centered, if you have the vision for the progressive realization of worthy goals, if you have love and compassion in your heart, and if you use the mantra love in action, there's no problem that cannot be solved.
I think one of the things that I'm also thinking about for myself, indeed for all of our team members, is that on the one hand, you're right about this pandemic of fear. So there is uncertainty, there's anxiety, there's stress, there's pressure. There's this whole thing about what will happen to me and my family, and am I safe? That's happening on the one hand. On the other hand, we are sheltering, and we are, as a function of social distancing, are with our families at this time. So we're actually rediscovering our families, rediscovering our connection, realizing the importance of what we have in terms of the world and the environment and the beauty of it, and how we should not take that for granted. Otherwise the price to pay can be significant. So on the one hand, you have the pandemic of fear, but on the other hand, I think there is probably a seed of gratitude and compassion for what we have, the family, our community, and the world around us. So a sense of self-care and then mindfulness, and also this desire to do good and impact others. So in a way, sort of self-care and mindfulness focused on yourself, and seva focused towards the other people around you. And how do you see them being connected?
So I'll tell you my personal practice every day. I start my day with this little silence and meditation and mindfulness, breathing, yoga. But then I also introduce subtle intention every day, same intentions every day. And these 4 intentions, again, in our Eastern cultures, we call it sankalp, a little seed of intention in consciousness. So my 4 intentions every day are joyful, energetic body, loving, compassionate heart, reflective, alert mind, and lightness of being. Now, I then make sure that my behavior during the day is influenced by those intentions, that the choices I make during the day are influenced.
I think I really like this thing of starting your day with clear intents,
Yes.
And the 4 that you mentioned, compassion and heart, and finally this lightness of being. In a way, hold yourself accountable to that. during the day in your thoughts and your actions and your behaviors.
You know, we are offering 21-day free meditation to the world. So
I think that's
everyone,
very, very generous and very gratefully received.
now
I
we
deeply
hope
appreciate
everybody takes advantage.
Thank you
And I
very
hope
much.
to see you soon. Thank you, Niren.
I hope to see you soon too.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.